It's amazing how your brain works. Seriously, it's a miracle machine. But here's the catch. Not everyone knows how to unlock its full potential. Have you ever looked at someone who just gets it? Whether it's mastering a new skill, learning a language, or solving that tricky math problem, and thought, why can't I do that? Well, what if I told you that you could learn anything faster than everyone else? No, it's not some magical brain hack or a secret society of superhumans. It's actually simpler than you think. In fact, there are 6 components to making this work for you instantly. Stick around because I'm about to let you in on a few tricks that could turn you into the fastest learner in the room. First, the power of curiosity. Ever seen a kid trying to figure out how something works? They ask a million questions. Sometimes it feels like a million too many questions. But here's the thing. Curiosity is the key to learning faster. When we're curious, our brain is like a sponge. We get excited to understand, which helps us absorb information much more easily. The next time you start learning something new, don't just passively absorb facts. Ask questions. Why does this happen? How can I apply it? What if I did it this way? For example, imagine you're trying to learn how to cook a new recipe. Instead of just following the steps, ask, what would happen if I added more spice? Why does this ingredient matter? By staying curious, you're not just memorizing information, you're actively engaging with it. And trust me, your brain will thank you. Second, spaced repetition. It's like gym for your brain. Let's face it, we all try to cram for a test at some point, right? You sit down, try to memorize everything in one go, and then, bam, you forget most of it the next day. Ever felt that? That's because your brain needs time to digest the information. Here's where spaced repetition comes in. It's like workout routines for your brain. Instead of trying to stuff everything into your head at once, you review information at increasing intervals. So let's say you're learning French. You'll review what you learned after 1 hour, then after 1 day, then 1 week. By spacing out the reviews, you're helping your brain strengthen those memories so they stick for the long term. It's kind of like eating small meals throughout the day instead of binging on snacks and feeling sick afterward. Your brain can absorb more over time and won't feel overwhelmed. Third, focus like a laser beam, but without the burn. You've heard this one before, but trust me, it works. Focusing on one thing at a time is your golden ticket. Multitasking? Not so much. It's like trying to drive a car while also eating spaghetti. You can do both, but you're not going to be great at either. Let's say you're learning to play guitar. If you try to practice chords, strumming, and singing all at once, your brain is going to get overwhelmed. Instead, focus on one thing at a time. Maybe today you practice just the chords, tomorrow you work on strumming. That focused effort will help you get better faster. Think of your brain like a smartphone. Apps open in the background slow things down. Close everything else, and watch how fast you can zoom through your learning. Fourth, teach what you learn. Now here's a fun hack. If you really want to learn something fast, teach it to someone else. Seriously, when you explain a concept, you don't just memorize it, you understand it. Let's say you're learning to solve math problems. You think you've got it, but once you try to explain it to your friend, you realize you don't quite know how to explain it clearly. Teaching forces you to break things down into simple steps, and suddenly you're learning faster than you ever expected. Plus, it's a great way to get some street cred. Oh, you don't know how to solve that problem? Let me explain it to you. You're basically turning yourself into the expert. And now fifth, the power of visualization. Imagine this. You're about to give a big presentation, and instead of just thinking about it, you close your eyes and visualize yourself speaking confidently in front of the audience. You see yourself nailing every point, answering questions like a pro, and finishing with a huge smile. How do you feel after that? Like a rock star, right? Visualization works for learning too. When you're trying to learn something, imagine yourself doing it successfully. If you're learning how to skateboard, picture yourself pulling off that awesome trick. If you're trying to get better at writing, imagine yourself finishing the perfect essay. Your brain starts to believe it can do it, and when it comes time to actually perform, you'll feel more confident and ready. And lastly, the 20-hour rule. Just get started. This one's going to blow your mind. The 20-hour rule is simple. If you want to get good at something, dedicate just 20 hours to it. Sounds too easy, right? But the trick is that those 20 hours should be focused, deliberate, and with a clear purpose. It's not about casually dabbling. It's about putting in real effort, even if you're a beginner. Here's an example. Let's say you want to learn how to juggle. If you commit to practicing 30 minutes a day for 20 days, you'll be able to juggle by the end. Sure, you might look like a total disaster for the first couple of days. Trust me, I've been there. But you'll improve fast, and before you know it, you'll be juggling with ease. It's all about getting started, even if you're not perfect right away. Focus on just improving a little every day, and soon you'll see massive progress. Here is one last bonus tip. Sleep is your secret weapon. Yeah, you read that right. Sleep. It's not just for lazy people. It's actually crucial for learning. When you sleep, your brain is hard at work, organizing and storing all the new information you learned that day. It's like your brain's little personal assistant, filing away all those facts and memories so you can access them later. Ever had that moment when you wake up and just know the answer to a problem that stumped you the night before? That's sleep magic right there. So the next time you're pulling an all-nighter for an exam, remember, getting a good night's sleep might actually help you more than cramming. Go ahead, hit the pillow, and let your brain work its magic. So there you have it. If you want to learn faster than everyone else, it's all about staying curious, using spaced repetition, focusing, teaching, visualizing, committing to the 20-hour rule, sleeping well, and making learning feel like play. Simple, right? The truth is, anyone can learn anything faster than everyone else. You don't need a super brain, just the right approach. So, what are you going to learn next?